He couldn't wait for that shit. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if he was purposefully doing some of this weird shit to push her away at this point.
Yeah, he Kamala Harris that shit, boy. Yes, sir.
At this point, it had to be that, because
he needed a political move.
Where in your mind do you tell a white girl, act like Michelle Obama before I fuck Michelle?
That's why I kind of believe he did everything she said he did, because that's weird.
That's a little too weird.
Yeah.
I don't even know where that thought came from. I ain't never thought about it.
Jonathan Major's a wild boy.
Yeah.
He been doing too much acting.
She said he acting like Diddy before the money.
I mean, let's see.
Oh, don't get that boy the word.
Nah, they said G was worth $2 million.
Oh, so yeah.
That's his net worth.
You couldn't even got me to
He gonna get residuals like a motherfucker too.
Yeah, but hear me out too, man. This goes back. I don't know how many times I gotta be right. When niggas get money, shit gets weird. And I don't think that's unique to certain people. I think that's everybody. I think some people are better at covering it up. Because you can't tell me LeBron James ain't did some bullshit. You can't look at me, LeBron, at the sockets of your soul and tell me you ain't did some kinky, quirky shit.
As long as he doing it with his wife, I support it.
I think that nigga's a little basketball a little too much.
You think
Bron love basketball?
I think when you put a team around you that's full of supporters and real niggas, you can hide shit. Look how long Diddy was doing all this shit.
But the thing is that, well, that's a good thing to say. I mean, I definitely agree with that, but that goes both ways, because if you got people in your corner that are not going to allow you to fumble the bag.
Correct. Because if you fumble, you fumble in mine too.
And the thing is like, yeah, we can say, oh, all these people around them sign NDAs, but you can also say that there might be some people out here that actually got morals and values, and they're not going to allow people to stop their hustle.
1%, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's very few and far in between. Because if we've learned anything over the last year, we've learned that Hollywood has absolutely no morals.
Yep.
When we make it and we have our crazy parties, we definitely sign the NDAs at the door. You're not about to record this. Nope.
And prenups.
Trips to DR. Trips to DR.
Prenups. I can't wait for Kyla to get married. I can't wait. I can't wait for her to even get to that stage so I can hear the conversation that she had about a prenup.
Stop. You make my heart beat real fast.
It's going to be funny, man. It's going to be funny. Show. It's this FBI show that like jails. People get arrested for their thoughts. For real.
We don't have enough jails. Can you imagine? You just talked about people being weird, broke people being weird.
People.
If somebody put your Google history in front of the FBI, which if you got a cell phone, they probably got it anyway. But yeah, you would probably go to jail. Like, dog, can you imagine? I actually seen a weird funny post. I should have sent it in the group, but it was this child, this white child. Her mom had trained the child pretty much. If you ever get lost, find a black man. Weird as fuck, right? But because statistics show, but statistics show that that's the safest one. I think mom. I don't know why, but I'm gonna find this video and send it to you. But shit like that make you wonder, like,
if you get lost, find a black man. It's crazy.
I'm gonna find this video. The internet is such an interesting place.
Most times when I got lost as a child, next thing I heard was, Kylie, your dad's at the front of the Walmart.
Yeah. I have not heard that since we was like kids.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
No more?
No. I'm sure they do. But a lot of times, you gotta think kids got cell phones now.
Oh, that's true too. That's true. When I'm in Walmart, kids must quit getting lost.
That's true too.
They must have quit.
And that's sad because I know there's a lot of parents that be in there sometimes and be like, dang, I wish I could lose them for like an hour.
We don't let kids be adventurous anymore. Like, you would stay right beside me during this visit.
But it's not the same anymore because, like, I have friends that won't even let their kids play outside.
That's what I'm saying.
And they live in halfway decent neighborhoods.
We don't let our kids adventure anymore. That's a real thing. And we're going to have to deal with the consequences of that in 20 years. Believe it or not, there are consequences.
There are so many kids, like, that are hooked to their phones. And it's like, I never heard the term screen time until the last couple of years. And I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 16 years old. And so now to know that, like,
I had to pay for it.
Kids that are like 5 years old, they have cell phones that they take, which I feel like it's needed for emergencies. But like at the same time, I feel like technology is raising a lot of people's kids these days. As somebody who doesn't have kids, I'm only seeing this as an observer. But like, there aren't many places that I go, whether it be the doctor's office or a restaurant or even the mall, where I don't see a kid with some sort of technology in their hand.
And it's good and bad because, like, your kids can be, like, technologically advanced by the time they're 5 because you give them a tablet at 3 and let them play all these educational games and whatever. So they get this advancement. But then if you overdo it, it's to the detriment of the kid because we're getting this constant dopamine boost. They don't know how to be bored. They literally don't know how to be bored, and it stunts the creativity as well. So in 20 years from now, when you're like, man, music ain't the same, movies ain't the same, this ain't the same, it's because we'll be relying on artificial intelligence instead of organic creativity.
For sure.
And it's going to be a result of the technology.
Yeah, because I mean, I have a friend whose daughter, she codes, and I think she's super young. I don't think she's in middle school quite
she's
yet.
Probably a monster too.
Oh, for sure. And the thing is that's going to take her so far. But like, that's one of the 1%, because a lot of these kids that are like in YouTube, they are literally like
just think about getting skinny, man.
They are watching other kids open up toys, and it's like,
that's wild too.
I don't want to, say how old I am, but back in the day, we would go in my backyard. The neighborhood kids would come in the backyard. We would literally use like a trash can and like a recycling bin as like bases, and we would play kickball in my backyard. Man. And like, I don't think kids do that shit anymore.
And you know how natural it was for us to make friends?
Yeah.
A friend was just somebody who walked around the corner.
And like nowadays, it's like kids like, and I mean, don't get me wrong, as somebody who deals with anxiety, I get it. But like these kids now, they like have anxiety when they're in elementary school. And it's like, I didn't really know. And I mean, maybe I had it all this time and I just didn't know. But like, I really didn't know what anxiety was until my 20s. And now like these kids are like having anxiety about going to school for the first time and doing this and doing that. And it's like, why are y'all feeling like this? Like, do y'all not know that y'all gonna have to end up paying taxes one day? It gets much worse. It gets much worse, kids.
Yeah, it gets a lot worse.
Yeah. So I don't know.
One day you have to empty your own trash. It's crazy.
Wash everything.
It's the most overrated experience.
Work for people you don't like.
Work with people.
Work in general.
Yeah.
Just work. Just get up, go to work.
Yeah, your best friend could end up being, you could be 22 with a best friend that's 58.
Those
the work
friendships are so lit. Like, listen.
That's a whole topic.
Shout out to my first work mom, Miss Becky. Love her to death. When I tell you she made these pecan bars, the best work mom ever. And then one time, like, she looked at me, she said, if I order lunch, will you pick it up?
One day
and I said,
job long enough to have
all I had to do was pick it up from the front. The best.
Damn.
Ooh, one day I'm gonna be at a job long enough to make a work brand.
I wish that for you.
Quick.
My first job, I was 15 years old and I was getting sexually harassed.
Huh?
Nah, it was mad old chicks there. Like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was wild.
Well, I can't say much because I worked at Victoria's Secret. Well, that wasn't my first job. That was my second job. Well,
hey, edit that out, D. I don't even want to talk about that. Like, this is such a bad comment. Like, edit that out.
I mean, that's your experience.
That motherfucker, leave it in.
I just know that
dudes should be able to express themselves.
Yes, absolutely, because that's a real thing. Like, people don't realize, like, one of my jobs when I was younger, I worked at Subway, and this dude, like, he totally fired me because I wouldn't go on a date with him. Meanwhile, he's my boss. He's my boss, and like, he has brought his wife in the store multiple times with his kids, and it's like, you know the saying, it's only weird if you make it weird?
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird. It didn't have to be weird, but it was weird.
Dog. Yo, firing somebody because they won't go on a date with you is legendary. That is legendary.
And the thing is I never called out. And the one time I did call out, I had the flu. You want me working at Subway when I got the flu?
Yeah, he's like, nah, you're done. You're done. He tried to Jared your shit. That's crazy.
Weird.
That's nuts.
Super weird, man. Is that all we got for today?
I think so.
All right, next time. If a man ever does something gay, can he ever go back straight? Next time on TM Bob.
Find out on the next episode.
No, can you be like I was watching the Joe Budden podcast and they were like, oh no, he's not gay, he's bisexual. And I'm like,
that is one of the all-time highest double standards for men and women. Because let me tell you something. If a woman goes out and gets drunk and kisses one of her friends, it's hot. If a guy goes out and kisses one of his friends, dude, why'd you do that?
Yeah, man.
He should have not. From hot to he should have not.
So don't do that.
But
anyway.
I'm saying though, like if back in the day or whatever, like if we see that, we're gonna be like, that's hot, But like, I think if you were to witness two dudes doing that, you'd be like, oh, they're gay.
And the thing is like, it doesn't even cross your mind to not, think that. You just automatically think they're gay. You don't think that they're experimenting. You don't think that they're bi. You just think that they're gay. And it's like, for women, it's just like, oh, they're just going through a phase.
Yeah, it's a phase.
Like, that's weird. Like,
I didn't know experimenting phase, but then you jump automatically in the gay pool. It's what it is.
Guys have it rough.
It's just what it is.
Y'all don't get a break.
That hints.
Y'all can't be sensitive. Y'all can't experiment.
That's why dudes don't express themselves, because the judgment is too harsh.
Express yourself around me. I want you to, because I just don't agree with. I don't agree with how you can't feel this way, you can't feel that way, you can't cry, you can't have a bad day, you can't. Sometimes dudes just need a hug.
That's a fact.
That bad day shit is real too.
Oh man.
I go to work and it's just like, so y'all expect, he had an attitude today. I'm like, yeah, I mean, every day ain't fucking peaches and cream, motherfucker.
And I feel like there have been times in my past where I've had a bad day and I've totally overlooked the fact that the person that I'm with has had a bad day. And as somebody who has evolved from who I used to be, I can say that, oh, that was a really selfish thing to do. But like, I'm sure so many women that just are like, you had a bad day. What made your day so bad? Because I had a headache. I started my period today. And I broke a nail, and so it just got messed up because it was raining all day. Like, men can have bad days too, and I just want to apologize to anybody who I made feel like they couldn't have a bad day, except my ex.
Yeah.
Ex, my bad. Her bad.
I'm sorry, Ex.
It's what it is.
It's one of my favorite cartoons, the X-Men.
I used to like X Games too.
X Games?
Yeah, X Games was cool. Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk was one of the best games on PlayStation 2.